Hi, everyone, and welcome to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Our producer is Nick Steffens. Our publisher is Matt Bryant. We're part of the Southeast Iowa Union. Later today, our guest is Jackie Arreola. We are talking about Latino Fest and some of her business things. Looking forward to that. If you have a birthday shout out, stick it in the chat, or you can email washialive@gmail.com. If you haven't done so, please click the like and the follow. If you have ideas for content, for guests, we want to grow our show together. We'd love for you to join, and you can watch live or after the fact. Happy to be here. I was coming in pretty hot today. I had a Semco.
Quite literally.
Yeah, well, that's true. I had a landfill board meeting this morning in Richland, which I've learned a whole bunch about. I do have to ask them to lower the temperature in the studio every day anyway.
So now fingers are turning purple.
Nick is cold and I run hot, so it goes. Also joking about the music and how it's creeping into Nicholas's sleep.
Because I hear it sometime, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I hear it twice a day, and I hear it every day because it's also the intro music for the news break I do in the afternoons.
It's not too bad. I kind of like it.
Yeah, when you
if you like our music. And if you don't, maybe don't tell us that. All right, so weather, some watch live. So if you're watching right now, it is nice out, 71 and sunny. Beautiful day. If it's not beautiful, just look out and you'll notice.
Yeah.
The rain that was coming was just a tiny bit. My plants are not satisfactorily watered.
Yeah, I did the news break, and I was like, oh, it's going to rain. And then, of course, since I said it's going to rain, it didn't. And now I'm just the meteorologist that lies.
Murphy's Law.
Yep.
Well, we'll get into our police report. We'll do our almanac. We'll take a little break, and then we're going to talk about Latino Fest. And I'm looking forward to that conversation. So fresh to me, this police report looks like 63 calls for service since we last hopped on. Lots of animal, more animal than traffic.
Yeah, I think that's a first.
That is a first. 8 traffic, 9 animal. Welfare checks, warrants, fire calls, trespass, assault, the usual, but singles and all the stuff. Let's hit the highlights. Oh, no good. So in Wellman, Iowa, reports that a black GMC Yukon, I do like GMCs, this had EMS plates, was taken from the water plant. Requested deputy meet him at City Hall. The vehicle was entered as stolen.
If you're going to steal a vehicle, don't steal an EMS vehicle.
No, that's not very nice.
Don't steal, period.
Had an accident also in Wellman, Iowa, with 2 vehicles in a trailer. 1 vehicle was hit broadside. All responded to assist. I don't see any injuries, thankfully. We had an arrest executed in the 700 block of South Avenue C with some distribution to persons underage of drug paraphernalia, bad behavior. We had another report of a person walking down the middle of the road that could get hit. That happens a lot lately.
Yeah.
A different one, public intox turned out to be the charge. Caller reports a subject hit a child with a shopping cart. The parents advise the child does not need medical attention, but the subject appears to be intoxicated. He's now sitting outside the store. That resulted in an arrest and thankfully no injury. That's not an everyday occurrence.
No.
Caller reports being assaulted by a subject this was interesting too. Yeah, if you know and again, I try not to judge. These things happen, but then they're interesting.
Like I said, we get that 2-3 sentence blurb, and we never know the full story.
In this case, the part of the story we know is an assault in front of the courthouse, responded and spoke with all parties. The caller refused to cooperate with law enforcement. It was corroborated by a third party that the caller was the instigator in the incident, and the subject did not want to press charges. I think we call that a shit show.
Yes.
Okay. Here's our animal things. We had, and so bizarre, same times, maybe there's a thing with the weather. Caller reports a bat loose in the house. 104, 108 responded and assisted. And then just a little bit later, 45 minutes later, different address, caller reports a bat in their house. 104 and 108 responded and assisted.
Have you ever had a bat in the house?
One time. And I noticed because the cat was like acting crazy. Like I was asleep and it was frenetic. And I woke up to that. I went downstairs and a bat swooped and I screamed like a girl. I'd been to the movie theater and I had a popcorn bucket. I dumped the popcorn out of the bucket and I had the bucket in the air and I was running around the house thinking I could catch it.
Did you?
No, and then I was too afraid. I was too scared to call the police because I thought I will never live this down if I call the city police because of this bat that I'm scared of. So what I did, I grabbed the cat. I ran upstairs to my bedroom. I barricaded myself in, put a towel under the door, and tried to rest And then I got advice from an officer that if you use tongs when you find it in the sleeping position. So the next day I scoured the house and I found the little bat sleeping, and it was winter time, and I took the tongs and I chucked the bat outside into the snow. It was stunned, so it just took a little nap, a little snow nap. And then later it was gone. That's the whole story.
It's a good one.
Have you?
I've had a bird, but not a bat.
It's I'm not wired for the rodents and the snakes, and but all right. So I think there was a raccoon somewhere in here too that was found. Caller reports earrings stolen. Another case of the babysitter stole them, and then we found them. So no harm, no foul. Caller reports, this is fun, drug activity at her apartment complex. She advised multiple subjects involved. They were using the laundry room facility. Caller advised she has footage on her camera on her front door. They believe their items are ruined due to the exposure of drugs. So I want to know if they're smoking like a blunt or methamphetamine.
Either way,
anyway, responded anonymously. 106 responded, did not smell or find any drugs, believes this was unfounded.
As I lived when I was in college next to the parking lot, and that skunky smell is not fun. I'd be very upset if that was in my laundry room.
Yeah, well, and it appears that it dissipated. We have just a few more updates before we do Almanac and do Latino Fest. The report of a stepson involved in some altercation, hasn't heard from him in 24 hours, supposed to be with his mom, but she isn't getting any response. 106 was advised, noted that he had made contact yesterday and his mom had taken his cell phone away from him as punishment. He will make contact with the caller. I think this is great. This is co-parenting at its finest.
Yeah.
On paper. I don't know the real story. I think we have two more. Caller reports subject is refusing to leave the bar and was trying to cause problems. The subject left prior to 92.9 arriving. Been there on one of those sides. Maybe both. No, not that bad. Finally, we have, again, cows in the roadway. I think we missed one about a raccoon. Maybe I forgot to check mark it. But another report of cows in the roadway in Riverside assisted the owner getting the cows back in the field. It's so dry. The grass and greener pastures might be the problem here.
Yeah.
Hard to say. What's our almanac today, Nick?
Something that I don't need to do. One, color my hair.
Okay.
That would just look weird. Also, it's a good day to cut hair to discourage growth. I'm doing the opposite.
Because there was the cut hair to encourage growth in our past almanac.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a joke of the day in the mix as well as we do our almanac best day. I might do good week, bad week 4 again in the future. A joke of the day you can look forward to after the commercial break, which I think we're ready to go to.
Yes.
You're watching Washington Live. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Join us after the break with Jackie Ariola.
At Ace, we're eager to assist you with all your shopping needs. Whether that be finally painting that room, getting ready for the next hunting season, or upgrading your bathroom. Whatever it may be, we'll make sure you get what you need.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Hey, Emmy,
Hi.
why don't eggs tell jokes?
Why?
They crack each other up.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. Our producer is Nick Steffens, and I'm joined now by our guest today, Jackie Ariola. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, good morning, Jaron. Thanks for the invite. Thanks to Washington. It's a pleasure to be here and very excited.
Happy to have you. On the break, we were talking a little bit about BAP strategies. You said you used to broom them with the...
Yes, we kind of had a history of find them at a previous home, so it was kind of like at one point we just kind of got used to it, but
And you said you'd put something on your face and just broom them away.
we try to get them outside in the most efficient and nice manner so we would not hurt them.
Well, since we're doing this tutorial, if you have a BAP strategy that you'd like to put in the chat, feel free. We'll take it. It can be a conversation piece. But before we do that, I want to talk Latino Fest, and I want to talk about how you got involved, or how are you here in town? How long
did I
have you
get
been here? And how long have you been here, and how did you come to Washington?
Well, it's been 20 years. We got to Iowa back in 2002, and we got here because of my mother. She had relocated to Washington after the 9/11, so
Okay.
we are from New York. And basically,
How did she find Washington from?
because
that relocation?
one of my relatives used to own I believe it was the first Mexican restaurant
Okay.
in Washington.
Okay,
I
cool.
cannot think of the name, but he came and he visited my mom. He really appreciates my mom a lot, and he was looking for someone that he can trust. And my mom was like, "Okay,
That's beautiful.
I'll go." And within months, she was like, "Oh, you guys need to come."
Well, I almost asked how old you were at the time, but I realized that's not appropriate.
Oh,
question.
it's okay.
Time flies.
That was 20 years ago. And one of the things that I realized, 20 years in Washington, Iowa.
Yes.
So that has been the longest that I've been in one place, because I grew up between Mexico, Southeast, and Providence, and New York.
Well, I'm so happy that you can call Washington home.
And now, yes.
And you're doing things that are making it home for just such a great home for many people, like Latino Fest. But before we do that, tell about your work. I know you have your own business now, but before that, you were you did some banking.
Yes. I was at one of the community local banks, Federation Bank. I was there for about 16 years, and I got hired by a amazing guy, Del Torpy. And I remember when I got hired, he was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? You're a little bit too qualified." And I was like, "Yes, I need insurance." And I need to have a local place because I didn't want to drive to Iowa City.
Sure.
So they took me in, and everyone was amazing. Alicia, I'm always going to be very thankful. Lynn, I mean, I don't want to leave any names out. So everyone was amazing. And it got me ready to the things that I'm doing right now.
And let's talk about some of those things. You have
Yes.
your own business on the square. You just relocated, I think, and bought a building.
Yes.
The former State Farm location, right next to the Verizon and the library.
Which is now Jacqueline Arriola LLC. And
Ariola LLC.
we are an independent insurance agent, so we are able to work with different entities. And I believe insurance, it's very much the same everywhere. It's just how we take care of our clients, the commitment that we put to serve and be able to feed their needs, make sure that everything is tailored.
Peace of mind. I have thought about this many times, or when there was times that I had a lapse in insurance when I was younger, and it's peace of mind. I feel like it calms, for me at least, the being comfortable in the knowledge that you have that type of protection. I think.
Absolutely. I have gotten some clients that complain because they have never used insurance and they feel like it's just a waste of money. But I always remind them that it's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And then if there's a claim, it's not just about the money. Sometimes it's not just the physical item, but you as well. And the time that you take to recover, to replace, sometimes money, it's not just enough. So having that peace of mind, it's absolutely the top priority for every consumer. And I try to put myself in their shoes because I'm also a consumer. I also have to have insurance.
Sure.
So I understand when we talk about money and the need, and do I need it? What do I need? So I try to be specific with every customer, because what one customer might need, another customer might need or have a different basically different needs for their family.
So what are the needs that you would meet? I mean, I assume that is it car, is it health, is it like is it everything?
There's a
Or is
lot
there
of-
a specialty that you have.
Well, there's a lot of factors involved, and I ask questions if they're single, if they're married, if they rent, if they own, if they have had insurance in the past, no lapse insurance, and then the driving record. The driving record and their credit history, because all those factors takes in place.
You kind of have this holistic approach. You have to look at the whole picture, and then
Yes.
you can help guide, I think it sounds like.
Help them guide and then help them find the perfect package that they need, because everyone has a different needs. So someone might need just auto insurance, someone might need auto, home, and umbrella, someone might need just rental and auto. So there's different needs out there, and we also help our clients with their commercial needs. So
Perfect.
that's another
Is there a
scope out
website?
there.
Because we can plug in the chat. So if people are interested in the services that you provide in this category, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of me is through either the website, which is www.jarriola.llc,
Which we will throw in the chat for you so people
or
can click it.
they can come to our location. We're on the square, 117 West Washington Street, and we open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 2.
Saturdays 9 to 2.
Yes.
Before we go to a break and we'll talk about Latino Fest, you mentioned whether you're single, whether you're married. Can you tell us about your family? I believe you're married now.
Yes,
recently.
very happily married. Yes, very happily married. My husband's name is Cuauhtemoc, but he goes by Temo, not Timo, Temo.
Temo.
Yeah, he's very adamant about the Temo. And I have 3 beautiful children. Well, they're not children anymore, but for
Grown
me,
children now.
yes, grown adults.
Daughters, sons, what is your mix of your kiddos?
So I have Enrique, he's the oldest, and Miguel, he's the middle one, and Guadalupe. She's the youngest. She's in Iowa right now.
She's the baby, and that's
she's-
who I met.
Yes, yes.
I asked about grandkids. Are you a grandmother?
No grand human kids, but I have a lot of grand fur babies. So we have Daisy, Frida, and Esme was supposed to be my grandbaby, but she's my daughter now.
Oh, I
She's
see
my
people
cat.
are-
Yeah,
Got you.
I'm a cat person, and I'm very proud of it now.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
Well, I've enjoyed. Thank you for talking about your personal life and your business. It's great to visit with you. Well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back from the break, we'll talk about all the Latino Fest activities and
Yes.
the schedule and the food, and look forward to that. You're watching Washington Live. Of course, I'm your host, Jaron Rosine, and our guest is Jackie Ariola. We'll stick around after the break to talk about Latino Fest.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
For many, farmland holds more than financial value. It holds emotional value. Whether your farm has been in your family for generations or it's an investment, we recognize the importance of your relationship with your land. At Hertz Farm Management, we have been serving landowners in Iowa for over 75 years. At Hertz, we bring a personal and knowledgeable approach to helping customers manage, buy, sell, or appraise farms. We invite you to visit our Washington office and partner with someone you can trust.
Welcome back to Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm joined today by Jackie Ariola. We're going to talk about Latino Fest. And that's what we were talking about before. Latino Fest is all cultures. Why don't you share what we can expect from Latino Fest, and when is it first? When can people do
So this is our 8th annual Latino Fest here in Washington,
Yes.
Iowa. It's going to be this Saturday, August 20th. We're going to have variety of live entertainment, music, and different events, but we're going to start with food. So our food vendors will be set and ready to go at 11.
Okay.
So that way, if people are not going to be able to make it, or they just want to come and grab some food, please come and help the food vendors make the date. They're going to start at 11 o'clock in the morning.
And that kind of answers my about like cost to attend. So it's this Saturday. It starts at 11 with the food vendors, and then there's all sorts of entertainment. Does it cost money to go to this?
Oh, absolutely not. It's a family-oriented event, and we're going to have entertainment starting from 1:30 to about 10 o'clock.
Awesome.
So if people are doing the run errands, or they would just want to stop by for the food or certain events, they can find the scheduled events on our Facebook page,
Which we will also put in the
Yes.
chat with pleasure. Okay.
Latinos for Washington.
Awesome.
We're going to have a amazing date. We are keeping our fingers crossed for the weather. So rain or not, the festival will happen. So
Perfect. Yeah, there's tents, and so the food vendors are in trailers. Yeah, people can enjoy it whatever the weather.
yes, and we are very thankful for the sponsors that we have. Every single year, everyone just comes out and supports Latino for Washington in a very wonderful way. This year, our main sponsor is Tyson Foods, so
Awesome.
a big shout out to them, and absolutely thankful to J.W. Verito, Farm and Home Mutual, Mallet Law, which is an attorney in Iowa City, immigration attorney, and also we have Community First Credit Union. They have been amazing, being able to support us for the last 8 years.
That's what I think. We talked about all cultures, and I think the community. There's something for everyone at Latino Fest. What are some of the highlights of the events that you have planned? You mentioned the wrestling. Is it Mucho Libre?
Lucha Libre.
Lucha. I'm like, mucho is much. That doesn't-
Yeah,
so
Lucha Libre, which is freestyle wrestling, and this is a group of wrestlers that are coming from Chicago. There's going to be about 16, and that
Oh my
event
goodness.
is going to be from 3 to 4:30.
Okay.
Everything is going to happen on our Washington Square, but first we're going to have our opening ceremony at 1:30, and for that, usually we used to have the mayor.
I know. I'm so sad. I have a wedding in Milwaukee, and I'm going
Yes.
to miss the show. I'm sorry.
It's okay, we understand, but we got you next year.
Yes.
And we're going to have in place our Senator Kevin Finney. He'll be here to do the opening ceremony.
Cool.
So we're very thankful for that. And we start with recognizing our scholarship recipients,
Yes,
because
that's right.
Latinos for Washington also does 2 scholarship recipients every year. So that starts at 1:30.
That's super special. It's really neat to see that come to fruition and to have the students acknowledge and say thank you. And I digress, but it's really nice.
Yes, it's part of the Latinos for Washington mission. We also going to have the recognition for Friends of Immigrants Awards, which is something that we have been doing for the last few years, recognizing people in our community that have been helping in one way or another, the community, the Latino community, the immigrant community, and going way and beyond of what everyone else is doing. So by recognizing those people, we do hope that everyone else gets encouraged and gets involved. So.
I should have pulled up the events, but I know in the past we've had dancing, we've had horses, we've had a clown. So this year, Lucha Libre is a highlight. What other events are there?
Okay, so we are having a folkloric ballet from Quad Cities. So that's going to be from 2 to 3 p.m.
Is that dancing?
And that's dancing, basic folkloric dances from the Mexican region. And we also having a professional ballet from Chicago. It's called Ballet Folkloric Sones Mexicanos. So they're like very professional, and they do an amazing dances. So we invite people to come. They're going to be performing from 5:30 to 6:30. And we also have kids activities scheduled from 1 to 4. So we're not going to have the clown this year, but we haven't.
Other kids stuff. From
Yes.
what time again is the
From
kid stuff?
1 to 4 p.m.
Oh, perfect. So the middle of the
Yes.
afternoon, and then as the afternoon, as the day continues, we get into some of the other their activities. What are the kids' activities you have planned?
So the kids' activities that we have planned are face painting. There's going to be this guy who's going to be doing balloons, different animal balloons, I believe. I am not very familiar what else he's going to be doing.
That is always fun.
But it's going to keep the kids entertained.
Then
And
they kind of come apart and take on different forms, and I find that
Yes.
entertaining.
Yes.
Balloon is one thing, and then all of a sudden it's a whole different
it's
thing.
a whole different animal, absolutely. Different shapes. And also we have piñatas. The piñatas we didn't have it for a few years because of COVID, but the piñatas are back, so that's always a highlight for the kids. We're very thankful to all the people who are donating the piñatas and the candy. And I just also want to highlight that this event is free for everyone, and it's also thankful because of all the sponsors
For
that.
todos los personas Latinos y non-Latinos. That's what I recall from our talk. That's for all
Yes,
of us.
and I also want to make sure that we thank Brenneman Pork, Hirschberger Enterprises, that we also thank iSmile and Jacqueline Ariola LLC,
Oh, yeah, I got it.
and Dr. Robin Plattenberger and Richard Gilmer for their generous contributions.
Shout outs to the people that make it happen. And so you should go too and enjoy it because there's a lot happening.
Yes, and we also need lots of volunteers. So another highlight is we need volunteers, and we have been approved by the high school for any high school students that wants to start earning
Silver Corps,
Corps
yeah.
hours. So this is a great chance to accumulate a lot of hours in one single day in one event. So
Well, before we do our birthday shout outs and our birthday game, you mentioned how this is the 8th annual. And right on the break, we were talking. So it's been since 2014 that we've had the festival?
correct. It all started when we had the celebration of Washington.
Oh, so, yeah, Celebrate Washington, I guess.
Yes, something with Washington, and the chamber decided that they wanted, the Washington Chamber of Commerce decided that they wanted also do a Latino date. So it all started on a Sunday.
On the Sunday, and then it kind
Yes.
of took on its own because the organization Latinos for Washington has been formed since 2016.
2016, yes. So Latinos for Washington, it's a nonprofit organization that is based here in
Nice
Washington.
shirt, if you can see, it's
Yes, and
perfect.
I hope that Sonia is watching us because this is going to make her very proud. We are a nonprofit organization that has a mission to serve and as an outreach to the Washington community and surrounding areas. And part of our mission is also to participate in culture and civic activities that aim to increase the public awareness of what the Latino and Hispanic culture values. So it's more than music, it's more than food. We also have the educational booths, we have the entertainment, we have the music, we have the scholarships. So when I was mentioning the ballet folklorics, which is the folkloric dances, we have a growing Latino community or growing youth that, because of whatever reasons, they have not been in their mother countries. So this is kind of a
They
good
might miss
way
out on some
to
of it.
learn,
Yeah.
or like the ones that we haven't been down there in a while. This is kind of something to reminisce and say, oh, this is amazing.
Absolutely.
It's more than just music and food and tequila.
And tequila.
It's a lot more than that.
Well, mark your calendar then. This Saturday, starting at 11 with food, and an opening ceremony is at 1:30, and it goes until 10. And we'll put the schedule on the Facebook page in the chat. Make it a point to go and check out all of the fun. So we have one more thing to close out our show. Forgot to warn you. Are you familiar with the birthday game?
Yes, I think I have. I have
I
mentioned
gave
it.
a brief rundown before the
Yes.
show.
Well, we have a few birthday shout outs that we'll do, and then, of course, we play this game. It looks like we have 5 celebrities. If we're within 3 years, we get a point. Right on, you get 2 points. And our birthday shout outs today first go to Mikkel Now Rank, Mikkel Anding. That's one of the many weddings that I had the privilege to attend. Brody Worth has a birthday today, missed his birthday party. Apologies. And Ryan Gibbs are the birthdays I have to shout out. If you have a birthday shout out, stick it in the chat. Anniversary, local event. You can also email washialive@gmail.com. What are the birthdays as we close out today's show?
Okay, we're gonna start probably with the
Did we lose a camera?
oh no, we didn't. But
Okay. What do we have?
we have Robert De Niro. That's another old guy. Robert De Niro. Apparently, he's gonna make a return to a new gangster movie coming up.
I
That's
believe
kinda how
it.
he became famous.
I think he has a foul mouth, as I recall.
Yes.
Would you like to go first on this one?
Yes, I would say he's 78.
78. All right. I'll go to, he probably is, but looks 81.
He is 79. So you guys each
We both get a point. I'm typically pretty bad. I lose most often.
I like to throw in just like a younger celebrity just to mess with Jared.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
have the rapper Lil Pump.
Okay, rapper Lil Pump.
Yes.
We'll put some of his music in there. Shall I go first on this one? You want
Yes,
to?
please.
Okay, I'm going to go. I don't see the lines that I've got. Let's go 31.
I would say 28.
He is actually 22. He's younger than I am.
Kiddo.
Wow.
That's a 0 and 0.
Next up, we have Austin Butler, who I don't know if it's still in theaters, but the Elvis movie. He plays both young and older Elvis in the movie.
Very sultry photo you've selected for us.
He looks like this in every single photo.
Well, he has a good photo.
Bone structure.
Oh, my
I'd like to
goodness.
go first.
I would say 31.
And I'll go 25.
He is 31. So
Oh, that's 2 points for you.
Oh.
you said 25 cents.
So you're at 3 points. I'm at 1. I'm helping with math real bad at the math. Who do we have next?
We have Phoebe Bridgers, the musician.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
who's
okay.
more recently become famous.
Would you like to go first? Or should I?
Go, please.
Okay, I'll guess in the 20s again. Let's go 27.
I'll say 25.
She is 28. So you guys both receive
Both receive a point. You're still in the lead. It's 2-4. And we have one more birthday. I think you're going to win.
the last birthday. Hey, you don't never say never. We have Sean Penn. Of course, I had to put the one where he has a
Sean
Mustang.
Penn.
I have
okay.
a friend that is a doppelganger to Sean Penn. I would not believe, but who I went to South America with. Okay, Sean Penn. Oh, you go first.
Okay, I'll say he's 62.
And I will go to 59.
He is 62. So
Oh my
definitely-
goodness. You blew me out of the water.
I was just guessing.
So that is 6
6 to
points
2.
to 2 points. Congratulations on your win.
Well, yes, I was aiming for this trophy.
training.
Thanks
yes.
to Matt for buying. Before, when you won, you just won. But this is for you. Congratulations.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And can I say something?
Please do.
I just want to make sure that I don't forget that we also have an Loquera show, which is a local group mix of cumbias and Latin flavors. And we are very
Is that a dancing show as well?
dancing group.
Dancing group. What time is
Yes,
that one?
and this is between. They have two shows between 4:30, 5:30, and 6:30 and 7:30, and then we have Noreli Villalda, which is a rising southeast singer. She's
Okay.
going to do a set of mariachis between 7 and 8, and we also very excited
It's
that
a full day. You have so
Yes,
much.
yes. We have Paranderos Latin Combo PLC, which is an amazing salsa band that it's made of different international band members. They recorded the last album between Colombia, Mexico, and Des Moines.
So cool.
Yes, so please come. This is between 8 and 10 p.m. I'm sure that you can make it back. They're going to be, they have a new album called El Gran Chantaje, which is amazing. It's a fusion of different Colombian, Ecuadorian, and salsa. So we're very excited. They're doing a tour here in Iowa for the last month. So
Is
anyone.
this all on the schedule?
Yes,
Which
this
we
is
will put
all on
into
the
that chat.
schedule.
So click on it and just go for the whole day. There's so much.
There's going to be so much, and also this is a very inclusive event. Our MCs are bilingual. We have Bethany Klinsman Vidito and Manny Galvan, so it's Spanish and English, so everyone can have an idea what's going on. So please, everyone come. Everyone is invited, and we're very excited to have this 8th Festival Latino.
thank you for taking the time to talk about this very wonderful event and your business and yourself. Jackie, we really appreciate you being here.
Oh, and thank you. I'm glad I beat you, Jaron.
And thanks also to our listeners and our sponsors, our advertisers for watching our show, Washington Live, powered by KCTC. I'm your host, Jaron Rosine. We'll see you soon.